Hey, what's up, guys? This is Bobo Jones, and I didn't actually record audio here because my mic, I think, is busted, so I ordered a couple more, but they're coming from China, so that's going to take a couple weeks. And anyway, when I'm up here in ACH, which is where this is filmed, which, by the way, stands for Angelus Crest Highway, I tend to ride a little bit harder, um, I'd rather not be talking while I'm riding here. The first thing you'll probably notice is that my little orange light is on above my speedometer. That is because, unfortunately, with only 5,000 miles on the bike, one of my high beam bulbs is dead. So you get this awesome, I think it's like lamp exclamation point thing that's always there, and it's really annoying because that little orange thing is on, so it makes me feel like the bike's about to break or I have no fuel or something like that. So that's just another thing I have to deal with. I have a track day coming up at the end of the month, so that should put me at around 6,000 miles after I do that. At which point I'm going to get my service done, get my new air filter in, get them to fix the stupid light bulb thing, and I have no idea how these bikes work, but assuming that when they open it up to put the air filter in, they are able to check out my cam, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll get my cam checked out. Again, I actually don't hear the ticking when I wear my earplugs, so I think I just need to start wearing my earplugs. I didn't notice that this Gixxer was behind me, otherwise I would have let him pass me because he was faster than me. But yeah, so I'm going to get all that stuff done next month, so I'll give an update about that when I get my first service done, well, my second service, the 600 and now the 6000. I won't have them do my oil, and I'm going to research if there's a K&N air filter for me to use, because I'd rather have a K&N air filter. But yeah, so Angelus Crest Highway, the roads were ridiculously clean. Excuse me, the bike did really well, and yeah, it was just great. It was great. I was practicing kind of the stuff I learned on track of actually getting up off the seat and moving my ass off the seat to the side, that I'm turning so that I don't have to lean the bike so much, and it worked really, really well. I'm trying to get smoother with it so I don't upset the bike so much. I'm 220 pounds, and not including my gear, so probably with my gear I'm around 230, so it's very easy for me to upset the bike. But yeah, I was practicing and I felt really good. I was so exhausted doing this though, but the bike was really incredibly good. I ended up putting my tire pressures down a little bit for the canyons. I think I was running like 38 rear and 34, so I was down 2 psi or 3 psi rear, 2 psi in the front. But yeah, the bike never even nothing. I scraped my foot a couple times, which I'm trying to get used to. I still, if I have it on the ball of my foot or in the mid to ball of my foot, I very easily scrape my foot when I'm really leaned over. So I've started to just like kind of slowly shift my toes back when I'm in a deep turn, like while I'm in it, to make sure I don't scrape. Because I haven't posted my third track session from my last track day, but I actually do a little off-roading in that track day. I go off track for a second because, well, not for a second, I go off track and stop because I scraped my toe and it scared the shit out of me. So I have to stop doing that. But yeah, this ride was really good. The bike performed very well. I'll probably just let it play for a while while I talk about some other stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about that I think is pretty exciting is actually has to do with safety and how kind of the world is going to be getting more or not more safer, but safer for bikes and everybody, because Toyota and other manufacturers are going to be putting front collision warning and automatic braking. Toyota is actually going to be putting that in all of their model year 17 vehicles, and so as we get into these more kind of automated things, it's going to be a lot safer for us on the road. I mean, the main way you're probably going to get fucked on a motorcycle, especially in California where everybody's on their phones, is because somebody rear ends you. So with a lot of these manufacturers in the next couple years implementing front collision warning and automatic braking, that will be very good. Now, of course, it'll take time for people to actually buy those cars with that technology, for it to like equal the majority of cars on the road, but it's definitely something to look forward to for the future of riding. I've also been seeing a lot about these airbag vests. I don't know if any of you guys have tried them, but I don't know. It seems a little ridiculous. I bought, I have here, I'm wearing a Cortec jacket and it's zippered into these Cortec leather pants, which had horrible knee pads on them that I think was actually injuring my knees. But I actually ended up swapping them out with SAS knee protectors, and that worked ridiculously well. So now I was just super comfortable on this ride, but I got extremely tired because it was pretty arduous. But yeah, it was great. I didn't have to pass too many cars. I got passed by that one Gixxer guy, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Here's one I had to pass. He was nice. Yeah, anyway, that's it. The bike's running really well. The tires are good. I'm running the same Rosso 2s I had to swap out before my last track day, and they did just so well on this day. And I bought a pair there's a website called Jake Wilson, and I got a pair of Bridgestone BT 16s for $195 with a $50 rebate. So they were like $145 for the pair, and I hear they're pretty good. So I'm curious to see how they compare to these Rosso 2s. So I've probably got another 2,000, maybe 2,500 miles on the Rosso 2s I'm running here. But I mean, for $150 pair, I had to try those because people seem to really like them. The rears have 5 sections, and the front has, I think, 3 sections. So they should be pretty good. I mean, $150 is really cheap. $150 for a pair is $50 cheaper than what one Pilot Road 4 costs. But I was thinking of getting Pilot Road 4s, and then I realized that now that I mean, it just never rains in Cali, and I feel like you're paying a lot of money for that kind of like rain wicking technology, although they also do last like 8,000 miles, but it's just not worth it. I mean, a pair of Pilot Road 4s on this bike would be like over double what I'm paying for the BTs, and I can't imagine they're going to last twice as long as the BTs. So I don't know. I'm curious to hear if any of you guys with the XR installed these the BTs on it. Let me know if they're good. The 016s. I mean, it doesn't matter. I paid $150 for them. It's not a big deal. But yeah, man, the roads were so good here. There's a lot of riders out. And then, of course, as you'll see towards the end of this video, every freaking weekend it happens, is as I was exiting, I went all the way up. I think this is still me going up. But as I was coming down, of course, and I was almost out of Angelus Crest, there was like 8 billion emergency vehicles. And so I'll put some of that footage in the end here. But it's so crazy. And everybody you talk to up here who goes to Angelus Crest to bicycle, or I have friends at work who actually mountain bike, like in the mountains. Other bikers I've talked to, every single weekend there's these emergency vehicles, and somebody always gets fucked up here every weekend. And it's really fucked up. Like, you have to be super careful. Like, I'm riding, you know, maybe 70% here today, and I take breaks because I get so tired when I take like groups of turns aggressively, that I have to take breaks and like ride slow, that I just don't have the stamina for it yet, especially with the switching the body positioning, left, right, left, right, left, right. But I'm still never going 100%. I mean, it's still dangerous, but you really need to know what the fuck you're doing, have some sense of the turns before you go super hard. Of course, it helps having an XR because of all the tech and stuff. You know, times where I've gotten in a little bit of trouble before, up here on, you know, gravel and stuff like that. Of course, my traction control has kicked in, and today I had nothing. I mean, my tires were super planted, even when I would, you know, scraped my toes a couple times on some of these turns. But you have to be careful. I mean, this is an active highway, and you just can't fuck around. And so it always scares me. Last time I came up, thank God it wasn't a biker, but there was just this outrageously fucked up car accident. And as I was going up the mountain, these guys were like, all the bikers coming the other way were like waving at me aggressively, like, slow the fuck down. I was like, why the fuck are you guys telling me to slow down? I'm going the speed limit. I'm not going to get a ticket. Like, what the hell? And then as I came around this bend, traffic was just stopped, and I just saw this like mangled car. And so I just went back down and just went to eat lunch or something like that. I was like, well, I'm not going to wait for that or try to get around that. But I mean, every weekend somebody gets fucked, somebody dies up here. You got to be super careful. I mean, there's always, especially during the week, there's a lot of like worker guys in pickup trucks, and they'll just cross the double yellows willy-nilly on turns, you know. And so, guys, there's a lot of cars, like race cars, that'll cross the double yellow sometimes because they think it's like a better line or something like that. So you just have to be super careful, because, yeah, it's just, it's really messed up because you're going fast. I mean, the speed limit here is 55. Like, once you get up the mountain a little bit, I think down a little bit it's 45, but I mean, you're going 55 on these turns. Sometimes you're going 60 on these turns. And I mean, you can't go wide, because if you go wide and there's a car coming the other way, you know, you're not going to have a great day. So just make sure if you ever come to canyons like this, either, you know, make sure you ride at your skill level and don't try to ride above your level. And I'm really against group riding, like super duper against group riding, because I feel like it, you know, forces some people out of their comfort zone. And then if you're slow, and then if you're close riding with each other, you know, you can get like focal fixation on the person in front of you. That's how a buddy of mine at work got in a really bad accident in Angelus Crest Highway. He was like trailing his friend, and his friend went wide, and then he went super wide and like crashed into the mountain. So I'm really, unless you're like super duper just cruising, I'm very against group riding. I just honestly don't think it's worth the risk. But yeah, please be careful, but also definitely do it. Just stay within your skill level. So here, I think we're about to see some of these emergency vehicles. At that point, once I see one emergency vehicle, I completely just slow the fuck down. I stop riding with pace at all, because it 99% of the time means, when you see one, that there's a bunch of fucking giant fire trucks racing up the mountain, which also means there's 100% chance they will be going over the double yellows on turns, just because they have to, because they're these huge fucking fire trucks. So that's another thing. If you see one emergency vehicle, just slow the fuck down, take it easy, because they will be coming onto your side, and, you know, tend to hug the right side of the road. You know, obviously not if there's too much gravel, but just be very careful. I think this is where the first emergency vehicle comes up, and I'm like, oh, that's the end of my ride. I do not want to get smashed and flattened by a fire truck. and then of course I saw this one, and then I saw a couple other ones. Here's a fire truck. You don't want to get hit by that. And that's it. So just take it easy, ride safe. This is Bobo Jones saying, Arrivederci. Ride safe, guys.